Perfect.
I click started and it's now recording. Okay. So, hello. There are some people who
Thank you for
already
joining us.
joined.
Yeah, I think we will we'll give everyone just a couple more minutes to join, and then we'll get started. So stay tuned just one more minute, maybe, whilst people are joining. And I think once I see things quieting down on our end, we'll get started with the webinar.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea to get started with some housekeeping. This webinar is being recorded, so we've disabled most of the things that could identify you. The cameras should be off by default, but that being said, you can raise your hand and note that if we enable, the option to ask a question, then the recording might be shared with other folks who haven't been able to attend the webinar as well. Okay, just a quick heads up to get housekeeping out of the way.
Yeah, and please don't hesitate to ask as many questions as possible. So that's gonna help you understand better and us to understand too your questions, your problems, and so on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, use the Q&A function and use the chat function on the webinar to ask questions. Irina, you're going to be, I guess, moderating this as we go along, and at any point, you're going to just feel free to interrupt as I go through, and we'll if it's not the right time to take a break for questions, there's going to be time at the end for sure to go through any questions that remain in the Q&A section there. All right. So I think it's, yeah, we waited long enough. We should get started. Thank you all for joining us on this webinar today. Today, we're going to be telling you more about Cademy, what it is, and how you can use it to hopefully improve your own processes behind the scenes and just discover more customers through our directory. So a bit about myself. I'm Adrian. I'm one of the founders of Cademy, and today I'm joined by Irina on our side as well, who runs marketing. And we're going to be telling you a bit more about Cademy and the exciting things that you could do with our platform. Now, Cademy is a relatively new platform. We've been around for about 3 years, but we've already been growing super rapidly with over 100,000 educators in our directory. And I'll be showing you a demo of how our platform works and give you a sense of what you could do with it yourselves, right? So let's get started. Today, there's over 100,000 educators, as I mentioned, in our directory, and you can essentially search for any course and then contact these educators directly through our platform. We like to describe Cademy as the booking.com of education. To us, it's kind of silly that nowadays you can book a hotel or a car or a flight in 5 minutes. But when it comes to finding anything that's educational in nature, it's still the Wild West. We are confident that in the next 5 years, this will change. This is why we've started Cademy. We want to make it easier than ever for anyone to find and enroll themselves or their employees or their loved ones into courses and training without having to jump through hoops. Perhaps the best way to kind of show you what it's like is to give you a very quick demo rather than just talk too much about it. And I'm gonna, can you confirm? Am I sharing my screen?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're sharing.
I've done a bunch of these where 3 minutes in, it's like, oh, actually, Adrian, you're not sharing your screens. It's good that I'm sharing this time. Okay, so on Cademy is pretty straightforward. We've seen this experience on a bunch of different other platforms. You search for any course topic. There's over 5,000 different categories right now on the platform, and then you're presented with results. And as a customer, you can narrow it down by rating or location. And it's pretty straightforward. It's very nice and pleasant experience to search and discover courses this way. And you can enroll yourself or your employees into them. Of course, you can browse and buy courses that are in person, online, that are live through Zoom, like this one, or that are on demand. So you can just enroll and do it in an e-learning type fashion, directly, all of it through, run directly in Cademy on our platform. It's never taking the customer anywhere else, which is a very nice and seamless experience for the customer. The Other part of Cademy is we're just trying to make it easier than ever to discover educators in general. So let's say if I'm searching for a first aid course in London, I see options here that I can enroll. And these are coming from educators that have created an account on our platform and published their courses directly on our platform here. But if I'm just searching for, let's say, a first aid course in a more remote area like Dundee, this is where I went to university here in Scotland. And here we don't have any courses, any first aid courses. I mean, I can expand the area and maybe find something that I want, or I can look at online options. But for situations where I actually want to do an in-person course, you can see that this is where our huge directory of educators comes in. So in this case, we are suggesting educators, we're listing educators here that the customer can simply message or go to their website or call directly out of Cademy, right? So the idea is to make it easier for any customer to find and access courses or contact educators and get a sense of who would be able to help them with their search. And what we also do is we allow anyone on the internet to essentially submit businesses or submit educators that they think should be on Cademy. And this is how we've been able to gather so many of these educators in here. People can just go in and submit a business that they think should be here, and then we're going to go in and add it to our directory. It's a very similar process, enrolling the community and trying to build this bigger thing. It's a very similar process to how Google Maps and TripAdvisor have used that to build their own platforms, and it's working really well for us as well. We're getting really a lot of momentum on this side as well. So this gives you an idea of how customers can discover the marketplace and enroll into courses off the bat, or just contact educators that we showcase here. So why would anyone showcase their courses on Cademy? Well, first of all, we are attracting a lot of extra customers their way, but also to give you an example of in practice what it means to be listed on Cademy, I like to use specific educators and specific use cases here. If I go on Google and search for an ALS course in London, ALS is Advanced Life Support. All doctors have to do one of these courses every couple of years, otherwise they're not allowed to essentially treat in hospitals. My wife has to do it every couple of years, and the experience is always a massive pain. She Googles for it, and then has to go through it. This is directly the certifying authorities website, and there's a list of emails from different providers that she has to contact. Well, that process is manual and it's an absolute pain. She has to email a bunch of people. She has to sign forms via PDFs, pay by bank transfer. It's an absolute mess. And now, if you scroll just a little bit lower, there's an option to just book directly through Cademy. So for her, it's a lot easier to just look at the course and book directly through here. Now, the course in question is run by Hunter Clinical Training. They've been with us for a couple of years now. And this means that for Hunter, it's very easy to acquire extra customers for their courses. They're getting a lot of extra exposure through the work that we've done to drive customers, first of all, through our own marketplace, but also through the work that we've done to rank very well on Google. So that means that for them, they're getting a lot of extra exposure to their services, whilst at the same time, if I go to their website directly, so if I go on to Hunter Clinical Training and under book a course, Hunter not only uses us as a way to attract new customers, but as a way to run their entire business. So on their website directly, they have embedded our booking system, and these courses are coming directly through Cademy as well. And that means that whenever they publish a new course, it goes straight onto their website as well as on our marketplace, and they're able to drive their own customers to their own website and take sales through that. And they're able to also get new customers through us. So it's a simple add-in process for them, and we can streamline their entire end-to-end flow. Now, so this is kind of what we're trying to do here with Cademy. Now, previously, as a customer, it's been quite a pain to search and find courses and enroll into those easily. We are making that a lot simpler. We're bringing all these educators in a single place. We're allowing for courses of a variety of categories and delivery methods to be shown in a single directory. And we're making it easier than ever to review options and pay when you check out. And for educators, we are just giving them a place to get more exposure and to find more customers. And we're simplifying how you can run the back office tasks around managing an education business overall. So we've had independent educators who run, courses or run their businesses as individuals. We've had large educators all the way to councils and universities come on board and use our tools to simplify their back office as well. Now, this is our vision here. Previously, as an educator, whether you're small or large, you've had to use a dozen different platforms to be able to promote your courses or post them around your business in general. And for a customer to find those courses, it's been an absolute mess as well. We're trying to streamline that. We're trying to bring it all in a single place and make it easier for everyone involved. Now, I would like to show you a bit more about how the admin dashboard is set up, so you get a sense of how you can get started yourselves. So this webinar is, of course, targeted at those who run courses who are doing educational services. So if you are one of those individuals, you can sign up through our website. You click to on the For Educators page, and you can try Cademy now and get an account on the platform. So if I go in and log in myself, I'll zoom in. There we go. This is the Cademy admin dashboard. This is where you would land after you sign up from our website. And this is where you can manage your profile, update your details, and also create new services and publish them onto Cademy. So as soon as you create an account, you'll land in the same profile. And from here, you can create new listings. So if I click on create new, you'll immediately get a sense of what the platform can do. So this is a very, very flexible system. From here, you can create a new listing, and you can choose what you're creating, first of all, whether it's an event, a course, a webinar, a workshop. This is just mainly to use the right terminology when engaging, when interacting with your audience. And then you can choose how that course is delivered, in this case, right? So in here, you can choose whether the course has specific dates and times. So in this case, it's useful for webinars or courses that people have to book, whether they're in person, online, or hybrid, it doesn't matter. If it has a date, this is the option that you would normally choose. We also offer the option to post on request services, which means that there's no specific dates and times that you set, but the customer will inquire and you can go back and forth before you agree on a date and time. Then we have the option to host e-learning courses through the on-demand option here. And that allows you to upload your own videos and articles and so on, and the customer will be able to buy the course, enroll into it, and immediately experience the full course themselves. And lastly, we have the option to the blended experiences as well, which means that there are dates that they can book, as well as maybe on-demand components. Now, I think I'll be demonstrating this one today, just to give a sense of what you could do, because they combine both the on set dates option and on-demand option into a single package. So you'll get a sense of what the platform can offer in general, right? Is that okay? Any questions so far, or am I going too quick? I do tend sometimes to go a bit too quickly through these.
Yeah, like we've got a question from Ashley Leeds. She asked how she can claim her profile and what's our pricing policy, and I replied to her like by typing the answer in the chat, but we can talk about it now or later when you got to the pricing model.
Sure. I think I'll cover pricing a bit later, but since we're covering, setting up the account, if you've already been listed on Cademy by a community member, for example, you would be able to find yourself in here. So when you search for a business name in here, you'd be able to find that business. And if it's not being claimed yet, you'll see a link here to claim your profile. And once you click on that, you will enter an interface where it's going to allow you to request a code. Essentially, that will send, if we have a phone number or an email on record for that profile, we will send that email address unique code that will allow you to access the profile. If you have any questions whilst you're claiming, or if you need a hand, you could always contact us on support. There's the details are on the contact us page. You can either call us or email us through here, and we'll be happy to assist with the claiming process. Otherwise, you can just click on the For Educators tab and sign up as a brand new educator on the platform. Okay. Now, going back to creating courses, I'm going to create a brand new blended course, and I'm going to try and keep it simple. This is the point of just showing you how simple it is to set something up and list something on Cademy, right? So I'll just set this up as an example webinar demo course. You can add in your own images and media here to promote the course and make it look nicer. And you can add, of course, your description. In this case, I don't want to waste everyone's time, so I'll just put in some placeholder text. And then next step, you can add in some FAQs that we previously created in the library on your account. But again, they're not essential. We're trying to keep this simple. This is the part that's important. This is where you set how the course will be run. Because this is a course that has dates, I will have to choose whether those dates are going to be taking place, those sessions are going to be taking place in person or online, or if you're going to want to offer a hybrid option. I'm going to use for this example a webinar. So I'm going to do pasting my own Zoom link in here, but you can use Google Meet or Teams as well. So you can paste in essentially any link. We do have a Zoom app in our apps store here. So you can install that and it would allow you to create a Zoom meeting much more quickly. But for this particular example, I'll leave it. I'll keep things simple. Next, if you charge for the course, you can enter the price here, and you can even create multiple offers. So if you want to offer, a concession price, for example, you can put it up as a separate ticket type, and the customer will be choosing that at the point when they check out. I'll put in a rough price just on this, and then we're going to get into this section, which helps us tag and assign the right categories to the course, which will then surface it in the search results on the marketplace as well. So I'll just search for a category, and that's good enough. Ideally, again, you try and add in as many tags and categories to your courses as you go along, because that will increase its chances of appearing in much more search results, and it will improve our ability to recommend courses to students through our own campaigns. So this is step number 1 of setting up a course. I'll go to step number 2, and I'll add in my dates. The date selected here is very, very flexible. So when you add in your course dates, you just select the date, and then you choose the time when you're going to be running this particular session. And then you can add in more dates to the list if you want to, right? In this case, I've added 6 dates to the list, and then the customer will be able to book any of these 6 dates individually. If you want, you can also offer these dates to be booked as a block or as a cohort. And that means that the customer books all 6 of them at once, but in their calendar, they're going to be 6 individual events, and they're going to have to tune in every week individually for these sessions, right? So I'll keep this simple, and I'll just save. And then I'll go into the content section. Again, because this is a blended course that I'm creating here, we were able to add in dates as well as add in contents. Normally, if you create a course that has dates, you wouldn't have this contents tab, or if you're creating an on-demand course, you wouldn't have the dates tab here. You'll just create the description, and then that goes straight into adding the actual content of the course. So in this case, for the content of the course, if I say, welcome to the course, you can then add in content blocks directly in here. So I can add in a video and a text. Oops, the Zoom screen is in the way. 2 seconds. Right? And it's a very, very simple interface here that allows you to essentially build up your own on-demand e-learning course without using any other third-party tools or without any extra costs. You can break it down into sections. You can add more lessons and move them along with different parts of the course, or test your knowledge. You can even add quizzes directly in here. So if I just click on the block, I can add a new question. I can say that it's multiple choice, and I can say, what is the color of the sun? You can add in which option is right, and that's pretty much it. There's a lot of functionality directly in the system, but there's not necessarily time to go through all of this. Just know that this is a very, very flexible system that allows you to run courses regardless of how you host them, whether they're in person, online, on demand, doesn't matter. The system can do it, and you can sell it directly through it. So I'll go into the next step. And under settings, you can control additional options around how this is going to be sold. So you can control whether you want to take payments instantly, or accept each booking that comes through before the payment is processed, or run an application flow where a student applies and then you send them a link to pay after you've accepted their application. This is where you can control wait lists and group requests as well. Now, There's additional options here, like the ability to customize which details you capture from customers when they register. And you can customize the emails that are being sent to them and who can see this course and who has ownership over this course if you have multiple people on the account. But there's not really time to go into all of these things in detail. If you do want to find out more about any of these particular features, please create an account and contact us through the live chat. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, you can even customize the certificates to some extent. So we don't have necessarily time to go into all of those features. We're trying to keep this relatively tight and contained, but I'll go into the last step and just publish. When you publish a course, you have the option to publish it just on your own mini site and the embedded booking system that we offer, or you can publish it on your own pages as well as on the marketplace. Now, as soon as it goes onto the marketplace, we're going to do our best to try and drive extra traffic your way. And if you publish it and you have your embedded booking system set up on your website, the course automatically appears there, so it's all taken care of, right? If I just click to open this, it will open it on my personal mini site, and I'll be able to have a look at it and see what it's like before I go in and book. Now, this gives you an idea of how easy it is to create a course and publish it. I can immediately see the course that I've created, and I can book and enroll into it without any extra effort. You can see that as a customer, I have a few payment options, which you can enable directly in settings. In my case, it's card, PayPal, invoice, and cash. So you can realize that it's a very, very flexible system. We only charge when payments are processed through card or PayPal. So we do not charge when payments are processed through invoice. We only charge when cards are involved, right? When the customer pays, they immediately get the option to add it to their calendar. And from there, they will be getting reminders as well. Everything else has been taken care of. So there's automatic emails that are going to be reminding them before and after the event. After the event, it's going to remind them to review it. So you don't have to lift a finger. We've taken care of all those details for you. You can customize them if you want, but there's good enough people that you don't necessarily have to. For the customer, it's a very seamless experience to actually buy the course. And as soon as they bought it, they're going to be getting an email. And in that email, there's going to be a link that's going to allow them to access the course automatically. So they don't need to create an account. They don't need to create a password. Click on the link, take them straight to the course. It automatically logs them in. If they try and share the link with someone else, it's going to prompt them to get another fresh link to the email. So it's a very secure process. In this case, I can see all the dates on the course. I can see all the sessions that I've added. It's not the most impressive looking course, I'm afraid, but we don't have time to create something better. But you can see what it's like to actually go through it as a student. And the good thing is that behind the scenes, you have the full picture of what your sales are for the course. So you'll see them all in the dashboard, and you'll see all the contact details. And you'll even see their attendance record, so you can mark them as attended. And for on-demand courses, you'll see their progress through the course. So as they're going through the course and marking lessons as done, you'd be seeing that in here. So you can see how it all brings it all into a single place and gives you all the tools you need to easily see everybody on the course, export them from here, or simply select them all and bulk email from here to remind them to come, or to remind them to bring something, or to ask for a review. I mean, there's default automation email in place, but if you at any point need to manually contact people, you can. It's very straightforward. And when you look at any individual, best part is every single contact. You can see that it's taking me to the contact section here. Every single contact will show you all their contact details from previous forms that they filled out, and you can easily update them from here. You'll see a timeline of every single booking and every single sale that you've had with that person, and you can add in notes very easily. So you'll have a full picture of this person as you interact with them or time, regardless of whether they're coming from the marketplace or from your own site, essentially. There's a lot more that Cademy offers. So in addition to that, you can easily search for your contacts, filter for them, select them, and easily export them from here or import them back. And you can easily, of course, bulk email people from here as well. It's very, very straightforward. Lastly, I want to mention that one of the most favorite features that people mention is the ability to just handle inquiries directly in Cademy as well. So for courses where customers have to contact you before you agree on a price and a date, this will all be driven through the inbox. But we've expanded that inbox even further. So whenever people leave reviews, you can respond to those reviews directly through here. Whenever people submit a quiz that needs to be manually marked, it will show up in here as well in the inbox. When people contact you on the back of a reminder and request for the date to be moved, it will show up in here. Every conversation that you have with a customer of yours will always come back in here. And by the way, the conversation will be going by email as well. So you don't have to come in here and use our inbox. You can just keep using your email. But if it's originating from Cademy, we'll be able to keep track of it and show it in here. So what that means is that if you want, you can just come in here and see all the conversations relating to your courses. You know, people will come in and say, can I move it to a different date? I need to cancel this. I need to, some people are requesting a new date to attend. Some people are going to be, mentioning that they want to cancel. And in here, you'll have the full context of every single student that's contacting you. So you'll see, okay, this conversation relates to this particular booking. And from here, you can jump into that booking and action it. Like maybe you need to move it to another date or cancel it or so on. And the best thing is that if you're on a larger organization with a few people assigned to different courses, the individuals that are assigned to the course will automatically be assigned to these conversations as well. So it means that those course owners will just see the conversations relating to them. So it's a pretty powerful system. Now, we unfortunately don't have time to go through all the functionality that you can do, but you can do vouchers and gift cards through it. You can run memberships and subscriptions as well through it. And you can even integrate it into other systems through apps like Zapier. So if you want to push your sales maybe into your accounting system or push your contacts into your mailing system like MailChimp, you can do that all through Cademy as well, right? Now, I think I want to keep this webinar under 30 minutes. I realize you're busy, so I'm going to try and wrap it up and give you a few more examples of how Cademy is used in the wild. So I'll go and show a few of these mini sites that people use when they use Cademy. So as soon as you create an account on Cademy, we create a little mini site for you. It's hosted on your own little page, and it's private. You can disable your marketplace profile. You can make that private completely, and that's not going to affect your mini site. It's not going to affect your embedded booking system either. So it's completely separate. And that means that you can come here and just showcase your own courses, take sales directly through here. And it's always going to be branded just to your particular business. And you can see this is one example. I'll go in and see another one here. And these mini sites are great if you maybe don't want to update your website, or you don't have control of your website, or you don't have a website whatsoever. You can just get started, publish a course or two, and you're ready to start taking sales straight away. So if I go into this one, another example, this is a dog training club. Again, they have several collections of courses, and they're also running memberships. So to buy a course, you need to buy a membership first. All that is run directly in Cademy. They don't have to use several different systems. They can run it all through a single tool. So it's very, very convenient. And I've showcased what it's like to embed on a website before, but just for a few more examples, I'll go into this site here. And these folks are using our embedded booking system app to sell directly from their site as well. You can see some courses are in person, some are on demand that people can just watch in their own time. Some are on request. They're all handled directly in here, sold directly through their website. Another example might be this one. If I go to book, it will, I'm afraid this is a Wix website, might be a bit slower. You can see that they're running all their scheduled courses through here, all their private booking sessions through Cademy as well. This is all powered by Cademy. And that means that for these folks, they can easily manage their back office and their sales through Cademy, and hopefully get extra exposure directly through the marketplaces as well, all with minimal effort. Now, to answer the question that was asked earlier, how does pricing work? So if I go in here on our website, there's a pricing page. You'll find it in the footer here of the site. Click on pricing. So the way Cademy works is we don't have any monthly fees. We don't have any subscriptions. We only make money if we're able to make a sale for you, or if you're using the platform to make money, essentially. If you run free events, if you run free courses, it's not going to cost you anything. You can just update your profile, and if you want to just keep it there and allow people to contact you through Cademy, it's not going to cost you anything ever when people message you through the marketplace. Everything is free as long as you don't make money, essentially. Once you start making sales, we're going to charge a platform fee. So this will include the payment processing fees from PayPal or Stripe. and about half of this will go to them. And we get to keep about 2% as well whenever we make a sale. So in the case of if you sell a course that costs £50, we would be charging an extra 3.9% on that sale, essentially, right? Now you have the option to either pass that fee to the customer, in which case the customer will be paying £52, and you'll be getting £50 in your account, or you can absorb that fee and you'll get the net after all the fees are deducted. Lastly, listing on the marketplace itself is optional. So, but if you do want to get extra exposure, you can publish it there as well. And if you're driving a sale your way through the marketplace, there's going to be an extra 10% charge on that. Okay. So that wraps up Cademy. Hopefully answered the question that was asked earlier. You didn't have any other questions that people have, or
no, not at the moment, no. But
okay.
yeah, please feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions.
Wonderful. Okay. So if there are any more questions, and if we haven't answered them here, please feel free to just message us. If you claimed your account, you can do it through the live chat. That's the fastest way to get in touch. And if you don't have an account, you can use our email or social media as well. Okay, Ashley is asked if she's got Eventbrite and she's using that for her free listings. Yes, we have a lot of folks who yes. So you can't add a link directly to Eventbrite. The booking still has to happen on our site. But you can list the same courses as they have on Eventbrite on our site as well. And that's just going to be an extra place where people can discover you. Unfortunately, we can't redirect someone else for the booking to take place. It still has to happen here. But you can just update your profile and tag it accordingly. And at the very least, people will be able to find your business directly on Cademy when they search for courses that you run. And that's going to allow people to just message you directly through here. But for best results, we do recommend you actually publish a few listings. And that's going to improve the chances of that showing up. Okay, I think that's answered the question you had, Ashley. And right. Okay, again, there's plenty of ways to contact us. Please don't be shy. We're always here. We're very happy to speak to any of you. So if you have questions, feel free to shoot them our way. And this has been recorded and you can replay through the session. I'll be sharing the recording after the fact. And if you have questions later on, feel free to get in touch. All right. Okay, Irina, is that all? Any more questions or anything else to add?
Let me check. I think there is one more question. Oh, no, so just Ashley saying that thank you for your help, guys. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And as Adrian said, please ask any questions you might have. You can reach out through our intercom, on live chat on our website, and always happy to help and talk to you guys.
All right, absolutely. Okay, wonderful. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Have a good day. Thank you.